Hello. It's 4:30 in the morning. I've got things spinning in my head, mostly because I'm in therapy with my boy, which I thought it was really good. I felt very validated in some ways. And okay, I don't want to share all the details of my partner because that's not fair. But at one point, the therapist said that he was putting words in my mouth, which I have felt for quite some time. Like, he does do that. He'll be like, we this and we that, when he's really sharing a feeling of his own and a belief of his own. And I get that he does think that I agree with that. And I might, in fact, most of the time I might agree with that, but I don't want to be spoken for, even if it's true. And it's just very uncomfortable for me in those moments. There was another moment where, there's my cutie. Hey, Fluffy, say hi. She's not very communicative. Where my boyfriend brought up this argument that we get into at times, and the therapist said that he was like, oh, so you responded by mansplaining. And I don't think he liked it, my boyfriend. And then afterwards, in the days since, like today, he really kind of went off. I'm like, no, people are too sensitive and this and that. So I want to know what you think. Because I do feel, I have actually had that thought. I've never said it to him in person because I thought, it's like a harsh word, right? I don't want to hurt his feelings. And I know it's not like intentional, but I definitely do feel like he does it. He does it. And it's not from a place of maliciousness, of course, but it still is like patronizing. So this is the example. When I take a left turn, and it's so stupid, right? Of course it's going to be about something like this. When I take a left turn and we're in the car together, he says I hug the road. I really hug the road. And, granted, I will agree. I do. I really take very sharp left turns. There's a place outside of my, if you go in a certain direction, you have to take that left turn. And it's 3 lanes. And he pointed out how one time there was a bus coming. And even the bus was like honking because I was like too much in their way or whatever. I can't remember the details on that. But okay, sometimes I do it. But on the other hand of things, and then he goes into detail, like, well, you shouldn't do that because of this and this and this and this and this, right? And I think that's where the therapist is like, oh, so you're mansplaining. Like, I think the fight was more about me wanting to say how I feel. Like, he's getting, like kind of controlling and, like, you have to do it this way. Like, have to do it this way. Otherwise, he loses his shit. And then I feel like I'm controlled and I'm back in the past of my controlling relationship. And not that he would, like, it's definitely not remotely close to the person in my past, but there are little things that are like reminders, right? And yeah, so he goes into that like explanation, and I'm like, and the therapist said, have you ever been into an accident? I'm like, no, none that were like my fault. And yeah, I'm like, I'm 50 now. So, and I started driving when I was 17, and I've never really been in an accident. And that's 33 years. So when he's like explaining to me, he's explaining to me in a sense that what he believes is right is right. And so this is like the mansplaining part, where I have actually had more years of accident-free driving than him, because my boyfriend's 9 years younger than me. So he would have had, even if he was 16, he would have had, let me see, 4, 5, 25 years of driving experience. And not that that's a huge difference, but I'm just saying, like, I feel like he's being controlling. And like some of that I can put up with, but he gets to the point where he's so ramped up, he will almost not accept anything unless you do what he wants. And that's my issue. Like, I'm not a robot, and the more you pressure me, I'm going to feel controlled and am not going to react well. I'm either going to start crying because I feel really overwhelmed and controlled, or I'll stop fucking driving, pardon my language, or I will, but I didn't stop driving then. I kept driving, and I was like, okay, like, this is a pretty major issue that we have. So anyways, I want to put it out there. What do you guys think? What do you think? I'm at the point where I need outside opinion because he's not believing me. My boyfriend's being very defensive, and he's now going off on a rant on how people are too sensitive, which is also very triggering for me, because that's what people say when they don't want to like progress with the culture and do things that are good for our culture and for our future as a society. Anyway, let me know what you think. Bye.